Welcome back to another video in our Spiritual Awakening series. I'm Susie Byler, and in this video we're going to talk about the concept of retracing or rewiring. This is part of healing your wounds. This is part of expansion into new versions of yourself as you go through upgrades and expansions. What you're going to be doing, whether it's conscious or not, you are rewiring your nervous system, your brain. And the idea of retracing, where you're kind of going back in time and reconfiguring, rescripting what happened. So this is especially useful as you're healing wounds and working through trauma. You can retrace your circuits or your nervous system, your brain, organ systems in your body, whatever it was that was affected by the wounds or the trauma. You will actually retrace them, meaning that you will create a new script for what happened, a new understanding of what happened, and a new healed way of, how do I say it? A new healed way of navigating what occurred for you. So as an example, if you have an inner child wound, let's just say you were abused as a child, and when you go back and retrace those experiences, what you're doing is you're bringing in your divine father, mother God, you're bringing in the adult version of yourself to give your inner child an experience of being loved rather than abused. That's an example of retracing. And it will affect you at the level of your DNA. It will affect you at the level of your nervous system, your cellular matrix, all of those things. Now, I'm giving you an overview. We will talk about inner child healing in another video, but right now I'm giving you an overview of what this is. And then when you rewire, reconfigure your brain and your nervous system, that often happens with expansion, when more light comes in, when you open more circuitry, you grow new neurons, create new synaptic connections in your brain. You are literally rewiring the way you perceive things, the way you understand things, the way you look at things, the way you navigate your world. You can create a new way of doing all of that. And I would venture to say you should be doing that if you're truly awakening, because if you are still looking at the world in the same way you looked at the world before you started to awaken, what's really changing? So you can do this with intention instead of just kind of letting it happen. You can do this intentionally by working with your brain and your nervous system and your DNA. And part of this is self-regulation as you expand. Part of this is asking questions, like I've talked about in some of the other videos. Ask questions of your body, your nervous system, your brain. How does it feel to create new synaptic connections? I don't know, I can't say that word today. How does it feel to create new synaptic connections in my brain to, for example, receive more prosperity, something like that. Or if you want a relationship or a new home or something like that, you want to rewire yourself to the things that you are creating in your life. And so you can ask your body and being, your brain, your nervous system, how does it feel to create new synaptic connections, grow new neurons that correspond with the thing that you're creating? So this work is a little bit more nuanced and deeper than some of the things I've been talking about in other videos. And I go into this deeper in the creation temple. If you're a sacred creator or level above, you have access to all those videos where we do this kind of work. If you work one-on-one with me through a mentorship, we definitely do this kind of work. We go deep into that. If you're a master creator in the creation temple and you meet with us every Monday morning, we go deeper into these things and we work with these concepts. It's not difficult, but there are certain ways you want to ask questions and certain questions you want to ask yourself. And you want to get the understanding of how it works and what you're doing in order to really be successful with this. If you do this, this is going to happen whether you do it intentionally or not. But if you use your intention, then you can really amplify your results and the internal changes. When I first woke up, I understood, oh, I'm going to be changing my DNA. I have the power to change my DNA. This is something I'm going to be doing. This is, yeah. And so just that realization alone spurred me on to work with myself at the level of my DNA, my cellular matrix, my brain, and my nervous system to change things within my body and being. I had an experience yesterday where a man kind of came up behind me. He's like, "Hey!" And normally in that situation, I would have like startled or jumped. But my nervous system was so calm since that's something I've been working with. And I was like, oh, hey, I just didn't give it any power. And as I reflected on that experience, I was like, oh, wow, that was really cool. This is proof of what I've been working on in myself. So it may seem like a little thing, but for me, that was a big thing. So this is something you can do. You can rewire yourself. And as you activate your spiritual gifts and you activate more of your essence and embody more of your essence within your body and being, you will be going through a rewiring process. That's part of it. So it's very empowering to know that you can change your neurochemistry, you can change your DNA, you can activate and awaken things within you, you can release old synaptic connections that no longer serve you, you can transmute energy within your body and being that you no longer need, that no longer serves you. There's so much you can do in the etheric, at the level of the esoteric, and at the practical physical level. There's so much you can do to change yourself and develop and grow and expand. It's very exciting. So this is one of the empowering parts of the awakening journey. And I invite you to try it for yourself. Start asking your body questions about things that you want to create and how you want to shift yourself internally. Ask your body how it feels to do such and such a thing that you are working with. Hope this was helpful. Do go to creationtemple.com/donate and help keep these videos rolling. Thank you so much.